Peace, peace. What up, y'all? It's E-Rocks, orchestrator of the Gravity Movement, one half Soul City. Shout out to the big homie DJ Daz. What happened to our childlike spirits? So bust it. Back in the day, right? Parents caught me this fly Huffy. That's when Huffy's was the joint. With the maroon banana seat with the handlebars like this. Had the training wheels, even though I probably was too big to have training wheels. It had the training wheels. You know what I'm saying? I learned how to ride that bike and I rode that bike daily. I loved it. I also love the snow. So, living in New York, what you gonna get in the wintertime? Snow. And my bright idea was, I'm gonna ride my bike in the snow. So I get on the bike. I'm riding down the hill to get into my parking lot. So I'm a little wobbly, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, all right, I got this, I got this. Get to the parking lot, try to turn, boom! No traction, slippery, skinny tires on this old bike. I hit the ground, but I get up like, all right, let me get back on. I just hit a little ice patch or something. I start riding it, boom, fall again. Trying to ride, I'm not going anywhere. So after, I don't know, maybe 15, 20 minutes of this, my pops hit me with the 2-finger whistle. Old heads put the fingers under the tongue and shout out to whoever invented the 2-finger whistle. Here's my point. I loved my bike. I loved the snow. Wasn't anything gonna stop me from riding that bike in the snow. No obstacles. The hill that I had no traction on, the snow that was on the ground, snow that was falling from the sky, temperature outside because it was brick. Why don't we operate the same way as we did when we were children? You know what I'm saying? Like when we were kids, we just had this drive and this endurance to do things just because we wanted to do it. Like someone told you no, as a child, you just figured out another way to do it, or at least you tried to figure out another way to do it. However, as adults, it seems like we don't operate the same way. At least I know I don't operate the same way. You know what I'm saying? And I know you're probably watching this like, well, you don't operate the same way. You asking what happened? Here's what happened. You got a job. I got married. I got that house that I always wanted with the green yard, the green lawn that when you first got the house, it was mad green. Now it's a little green, a little brownish with all these weeds growing up, coming out of the ground, and you spend more time cutting the weeds than you do cutting the grass. You gotta take care of so many things. It's like, I don't have time to be creative. On Facebook talking about be creative, create, create, create. With all those things going on, with all those things in our lives, if we really evaluate our lives, are we doing things that we don't necessarily need to be doing? What is my mental diet comprised of? Meaning like, what am I putting into my mind? What am I watching on TV? What am I listening to? Who am I listening to? What am I reading? Am I connected spiritually with God? Are we bombarding ourselves with things that are not creative, that's taken away from our creativity? Are you around other creative people? Are people speaking positivity into your life? Are you getting enough sleep? Are you going to bed at night? I know for me, I stay up too late, too long, too many nights over a certain period of time. Things get crazy. My blood pressure go up. I get headaches. I get frustrated. Have no patience. And instead of being efficient and creative, I waste time trying to work harder and not smarter. How's your diet? A lot of the things that we eat, like these sugary drinks and these, these candies and these processed sugars, they drain us of our natural energy. And then we find ourselves just putting more of it and more of it and more of it into our bodies. We're gaining more and more weight. And what's the side effect of that? You become less active. Are you preoccupied with other people's feeds on social media? I mean, to the point where you're reading it like, yo, such and such is bugging. Nah, I'm not gonna type that. There's times where I just wanna be like, yo, such and such is wild, and let me just put them in their place real quick. And that's not my position to do that. And it's sucking up all my energy that I could be putting on other things. Like talking to y'all. We spend, 8 hours, 9 hours, maybe for some even 12 hours at a job, producing for someone else. However, when it's time for us to come home, we have no energy left for ourselves. And that's kind of whack. I think some people get caught up in what the grind is. I'm not a fan of the term grind simply because to me it's a negative word. Like if I'm driving my car and my gears are grinding, my car is not working efficiently, and eventually the car is going to break down. Anything that has gears in it, I don't want the gears to grind. I get it, it's just a figure of speech, but these things, when they get in your head, you start to live by them. Everybody, oh, I'm grinding. No, I'm trying to stay smooth with how I move. That was kind of fly. I'm trying to work efficiently. I'm not trying to grind my way through life. I'm trying to maintain and work efficiently. Therefore producing more gains. I'm not going to be concerned with haters. I'm going to be concerned with the people who love me. That's the energy that I want, and that's the people that I want to give my energy to. You can change some things in order to achieve your goals, in order to achieve your dreams. There's things that you probably want to do for years, and you may have put it on the back burner. And it's still there, it's just sitting there, and actually it's starting to burn, you know what I mean? Or time that I'm spending just surfing, the web aimlessly, I had to start focusing that on things that apply to what I'm doing. How to use plugins better. How to figure out a low budget way to record these videos. On top of that, God gave me gifts to use. And not just for myself. To share with those around me. To share with people I don't even know. And how selfish would I be if I didn't figure out a way to use those gifts and share them with you? I say all this to say what? I'm sweating. Whew. No mind. Let's look at our lives and let's examine them carefully and find those things that stop us from being creative. Half of the time, for me, some of those things are just solely excuses. And we got to keep it real with ourselves. Is this an excuse versus something that's real and I need to figure out how I'm going to manage that? Or is it just an excuse? Am I putting it off? Is my later turning into never? Now, by no means am I saying act like a child or perform, live your life daily immaturely as a child would. No, that's totally not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is use your experience that you have now. Use the knowledge that you have now. Use the creativity that you have now in conjunction with the spirit that you had to just go. The spirit to do. The spirit of not being afraid of failing. The spirit of falling off your bike and getting back up. The spirit of I'm going to find a way to do what I need to do. That spirit, that childlike spirit, that spirit that allowed you to play basketball when you was a kid all day long, nonstop, to the point where you was ready to fight the people that you were playing basketball with. I never understood that because I'm not the basketball type. However, I always found it interesting that how I could watch people play basketball to the point where they would fight. I mean, there was so much passion involved. You know what I mean? Do we have that same passion for the things we love to do? Do we fight for them? Are you fighting for the things you love? I feel like I said a lot and didn't say anything. So I hope something I said resonated with you, and I'll see you on the next joint. All right? Peace.